Hi everybody, welcome back to Dad Gym Life. I'm Bill Hassler, and today we're going to talk about making all decisions in 7 breaths. Like, subscribe, bell icon, all that. We're going to talk a little bit about traditional martial arts today. I think that they have their place. They have some good things that you can do there. I just don't think those things are mostly self-defense or fighting. But one of the arguments that you hear a lot from traditional martial artists is that MMA is bad because it doesn't teach any of the traditional principles that you learn in traditional martial arts. While I don't think that MMA takes a lot of time talking about those principles, I think that you learn a lot of those universal principles through the school of hard knocks. When you are fighting, when you are getting beat up, when you are losing, and when you're winning, you learn a lot of those lessons. But today, the one that we're going to talk about is from traditional Bushido, and it reads, "In the words of the ancients, one should make his decisions within the space of 7 breaths." I might have botched it, but more or less that's it. And it goes on to say that if you take too long to make a decision, then you're going to overthink it and things like that. But I really like this quote, and more for applying it to the other end of the spectrum, and specifically to parenting. Sometimes our kids just do terrible things, and we feel the need to respond immediately. And that's not always good. You're grounded. Go to your room. You can't go to your friend's party. One time I broke our tablet, and I did that on purpose, and I'll talk about that in another video. It was a good thing, trust me. But sometimes we are a little too quick to mete out punishment. All decisions in 7 breaths, and that's kind of become a motto of mine. When my kids do things that I don't like or that they know they're not supposed to do, I try to stop and breathe and think before I respond.
Oh, deep breath, deep breath, deep breath.
And this is one of those things that you learn from actual fighting too, right? You want to keep the pace and you want to be consistently engaged, but you have to remember to stop and breathe and think. It especially applies when you get stuck. When you get stuck, you have to remember to breathe and think. If you're not breathing well, then your brain is not getting oxygen and you simply can't think. When you're in a fight and your fight or flight response has activated, all of your blood goes to your extremities so you can fight or flight, right? And so the same thing happens when we get angry. When you get upset and when you get angry and your heart starts to pound, what's happening is your blood is going to your extremities, it's not in your head anymore, and you simply can't think the way that you normally would. Regulating your breathing, taking a few breaths, literally allows you to think better. So what do you think? Do we need to take 7 breaths when responding to our kids' negative behaviors? Or do you have something else that's worked for you that allows you not to overreact in the heat of the moment? Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't seen it yet, I have a video on the time I made my kid cry and it was bad, and you can watch that here. And I have a video on one time when I made my kid cry and it was good, and you can watch that here. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll catch you next time.
Shippy-bidoo-loop-bop-boo-beep-bidee. Watch the videos.